Have you guys ever wondered how to be an aggressive player, drop high kill games and also win at the same time? Well, in today's video I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to stay alive longer, how to be more aggressive in Apex Legends and also win at the same time. Before we jump into the video, comment down below and let me know what's the most skills you have ever got in Apex Legends. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Being aggressive in Apex Legends is really no different from any other shooter games you guys may have played. You're consistently looking for fights and also partaking in a lot of combat, but looking for fights and taking control of the fight you're in are two completely different concepts. A lot of good players as well as myself and you guys may run into really smart and aggressive players. You'll notice that most players that loves the aggressive playstyle like myself never sits and wait for kills. Instead we set ourselves up for kills. With all this being said guys, playing aggressive is gonna take a lot of skills to play successful, get a lot of kills and also win all at the same time. The number one tip to play aggressive is to not spam grenades and shooting enemies, because if you like to play like this, you're wasting all your resources you could have used in another player. And by using all your grenades and shields, yes, you may kill an enemy, but that's not the absolute best way to play aggressive. The best way to play aggressive is to consistently move around in the fight, break your enemy shields and outsmart your opponents. While you may be able to do this in one fight, the best players who loves the aggressive playstyle can actually do this over and over again with no issue. I'm going to explain what I said more in depth, so let's start with consistently moving. A very common trait with all the top Apex Legends players is consistently moving around in a fight. What this does, it confuses your enemies and gives them a different look towards what they have to play up against. If you move around really fast and move at different spots in the fight, your enemies will eventually have to play based on what you do, which is really good because you can dictate what you don't want your players to do, and then you can make your enemies play up against your strengths and avoid your weaknesses. Consistently moving will give you more opportunities and various ways to kill your enemies. Sometimes when I move in different locations in fights, I move really fast. My enemies tend to lose sight of me, and for any other good player fighting another good player, that could be really confusing not knowing where your enemies is. It's also really important to break your enemy shields as well, because it forces them to play defense, which gives you the option to play offense in the fight. The more you let your enemies recharge their shields, the less aggressive you're playing and the more chances of them killing you arrives. Try to always apply pressure on your enemies and try to be in their face, since this limits their abilities to do more of what they want to do. You can get to dictate the fight and play aggressive as you want to. Creating opportunities is a very good thing among a lot of aggressive players in Apex Legends, because you don't want to wait for a kill, you always want to be able to go in and get the kills. Simple things like breaking your enemy's shields can really make a huge difference, and trying to deal damage to another player all depends on your choice and not the enemy's choice. If you sit back and wait for things to happen a lot, the things you wait for will either not happen or will actually happen to you, and you don't want that to happen. Finally, we will be discussing outsmarting your enemies. What makes some of the best top Apex Legends players so good is the abilities to put everything I discuss in this video all in one to become an almost unkillable player. Last but not least, any good aggressive Apex Legends player is gonna be really smart. Players who play aggressive love getting into fights in such a way where they can use the environment they play on as their advantage. It does have something to do with good positioning, but just know that the layout of the map and using it against your enemies to be an aggressive player is just another thing that they have that will get them more kills while being aggressive at the same time. If you guys watched the video all the way through, congrats, because you're one of many that's on their way to become a better Apex Legends player. Tell me in the comments down below what's the most kills you have ever got in a single game in Apex Legends. And with that being said guys, that's basically all I have for you guys in this video. I'm trying to reach to 1000 subscribers by the end of this year, so if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. And with that being said guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.